What is up, YouTube? Today we are reacting to POV You Are a Trillionaire. Trillionaire? Trillionaire. Is that how you say it, Rory? Yeah? Nah, nice one, mate. Trillionaire. I've just done it again. Is it trillionaire? Trillionaire. Ah, nah. Here comes into dyslexia. Trillion. Trillionaire. Trillionaire. I don't know. I've second guessed myself now. Anyways, POV You're a Trillionaire by The Wealth Explainer. Lock in.
Congratulations, you're a trillionaire, the richest person to ever live. You are worth more than 4 Jeff Bezoses combined. If you spent $1 million every single day, you wouldn't go broke for another 2,700 years. The world is in the palm of your hand. But there's a problem. Everyone knows. You are now the most famous person on Earth, and your face is on every screen in every country on the planet. There are people outside your building right now, hundreds of them, some with cameras, some with signs, some just standing there, staring up at your window.
They're probably here to kill me, no? I feel like they would have a specific reason to be here. Or is that just weird?
This makes you paranoid, but you're a trillionaire, so there's an easy fix. You hire a bodyguard. Nope, not enough. 2 bodyguards.
1,000.
Not even close. You get a full detail. 12 operators minimum. Armed, trained, rotating 24-hour shifts. The kind of protection usually reserved for sitting presidents.
It's just, I'm going to have what any president has times 10. It gotta be better.
You make some calls.
I ain't no pussy.
Within 48 hours,
yeah, face cam's too high up, bro.
Good.
There we go.
You're safe. But your Honda Civic isn't going to cut it anymore. So you buy Bugatti.
We're not buying no big guy. No. We're buying a private jet. I am not driving anywhere. I gotta go to the shop down the street. Take me to a private jet to Switzerland. I'm gonna go to a Switzerland shop. I'm not going to no fucking convenience store. I ain't shopping at no fucking no normal shop for all the peasants. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, I'd definitely buy a sports car, but it'd be like a Koenigsegg or something. It would be something ridiculous, like an ancient car that costs like $5 bill.
Not a Bugatti. Bugatti. The entire company.
Okay, that makes more sense.
$2 million. That's 0.2% of your net worth. The equivalent of someone making $100 grand a year buying a jacket. Your accountant logs it as a rounding error. But you still need somewhere to live. Your current apartment building is swarming with paparazzi outside.
So we need a private estate.
The entire world knows where you live. So you buy a compound. 14 acres behind walls and iron gates.
14
a guardhouse
acres.
at the entrance manned around the clock. The property has its own private road. You can't even see the main house from the gate. $200 million.
It's obviously a lot, but I feel like a state like that would be a lot more, no?
Easy. But a place that size doesn't run itself. You need staff. Housekeepers, groundskeepers, 2 private chefs on rotation, a property manager, a house manager, drivers, an entire maintenance crew.
So they all live here?
IT staff,
or do they go home?
For the security systems. A personal assistant who has her own personal assistant. Within a month,
I don't want them living in my house, so I'd like to beat my shit in peace.
63 people work at your house. Now you're comfortable.
Because imagine you're sat in your house, you're beating your shit, bro, and your assistant walks in.
Secure. Everything runs like a machine. So you can really start spending.
Or your bodyguards are right next to you when you do it.
You have $1 trillion and you're a little bored. You buy a Boeing 747 and have it gutted and rebuilt into a private flying residence. $400 million.
That's more than the estate.
You buy an island in the South Pacific. You commission the largest private yacht ever built. Helicopter pad, submarine bay, movie theater, full medical facility. $600 million.
That's not 600 million. That's... What is that? That is 600 million, but the wrong explanation, like the wrong marks.
And nobody warns you about this part. $1 trillion makes money faster than you can spend it. And even sitting in the most boring investments on earth, your net worth grows by tens of millions every single day. You wake up
I know.
richer than when you fell asleep every morning without lifting a finger. So money is handled. Security is handled. The cars, the properties, the staff, all handled. But you want coffee. Just coffee. From the place you've been going to for years.
So you want some... Okay, so why don't I buy the place and put it in my house?
Your security team needs 45 minutes of advance notice. When you finally get through all the paparazzi and walk in, every person in the coffee shop has stopped talking. The barista's hands are shaking.
Make my fucking coffee, you make it wrong. I'm shutting this place down. This place is going in the ground.
Someone in the corner is filming you from behind a laptop screen. You get your coffee. It tastes exactly the same. But everything around is different. So you stop going there. You don't want to be a nuisance. But there's good you can do with this money. Real good.
Donate.
So you write a check for $500 million to disaster relief. The media covers it for about half a news cycle. Because relative to what you have, $500 million is what you earn in a slow week. People are grateful for about a day. Then they want more. They always...
Why do they want more, gang? I just give you 500 mil. Be lucky you got that shit.
want more. But it's not the strangers that get to you. It's the people you already know. Your phone rings constantly, but none of the calls are from friends anymore. They're from lawyers.
Lawyers?
Heads of state, charity directors. Everyone wants a meeting. Everyone wants your name on their thing, your signature on their check.
No.
The friends from before start to disappear. Some just stop calling. The ones who still do sound different, careful, measured, like they're weighing each word before it leaves their mouth. You invite your...
You best believe if my pal ever gets fucking $1 trillion, I'm treating his ass the same as if he had one. And I'm not saying that... Why am I blurring it? I'm not saying that shit because I'm a day one. I'm saying that shit because that money's going to be mine at the end of the day. If he's rich, I'm rich because I'll be going into a shop and he'll be covering me. He'll be buying me that car. I don't give a fuck what he thinks he's doing. I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't care. You're doing it anyways. Buy me that fucking Ferrari.
College roommate
sure.
to the compound for a weekend. He says yes before you finish asking. When he gets there, he compliments everything. The house, the grounds, the wine, the guest room.
Obviously.
He agrees with everything you say for 2 straight days. He laughs at jokes that aren't funny, and he never pushes back on a single thing. He used to argue with you about everything. Movies, politics, where
makes
to
more
eat.
sense.
That was the whole friendship. But that friendship is about to be the least of your worries, because then the lawsuits start.
Lawsuit?
Not one lawsuit, not 2. 17 in the first 6 months.
Lawsuit for
An
what,
old
though?
business partner claims you shorted him on a deal from 9 years ago. A woman in Arizona says you verbally promised her $10 million at a fundraiser in 2019.
Well, I've got
You
a trillion.
have never been to
What the fuck?
Arizona.
I've have $1 trillion, right? I see the person that filed the lawsuit. I'm not going to pay them. I'm going to pay the lawyer. All right, I'm going to pay the lawyer to shut his mouth.
Most of it is garbage. Your legal team tells you that. They say the word frivolous so often it stops sounding like a word. But each one costs 6 figures to fight. Each one puts your name in a headline. Each one requires a deposition or a filing or a statement
Or I buy the government. And I change the laws.
some kind of settlement. Your lawyers tell you to get used to it.
Well, if I'm one of the biggest, I am the richest power in the world, the government are going to bend to me, right? So all I'm going to do is say, I'll pull out every single part of my money that you've got. Or you change that. And they'll go, yes, sir. The government ain't saying no to me.
When you have $1 trillion, people will try to take it from you using every tool available. The legal system is a tool, and you are the deepest pocket on earth. You settle 3 of the cases. Not because they have merit, because fighting them in public costs more than writing the check. $1 million here, $2 million there, they're just rounding errors. But every settlement gets reported, and every report invites 5 more lawsuits.
Then I start shooting them.
Your legal budget for the year crosses...
I'm gonna buy a Warcraft, and I'm just going to annihilate them. Can't sue me if you don't exist.
$1 million. You have an entire floor of a law firm working exclusively on your cases. You have never met...
Does Jeff Bezos have to deal with this? I take it he doesn't.
...most of the lawyers. They send you summaries, weekly, pages and pages of people who want your money and...
I ain't fucking reading that. I'm a trillionaire. I'm not reading shit.
...are willing to lie in a courtroom to get it. But daily life goes on. Or something that looks like it. And then it happens. You meet her. She's sharp, funny in a way that catches you off guard.
Yo, she's definitely faking it. She's a gold digger. There's no way you don't know who I am and you show up to me like it's normal. Nah. Because that's what I used to think. See, when I was younger, right? And I thought if there was one day I ever met a YouTuber I'd really like, see if I acted chill and nonchalant, I would just think they'd invite me to be on the channel. Yo, what's up? What's up, Laserbeam? How's it going, bro? Oh, this guy's so chill. Come onto my channel. That's what I thought how it would go when I was like 5. I don't think that's how it would go. I think they'd tell me to fuck off. Yo, do you want an autograph? Nah, I'm good, bro. Oh my days, this guy's so nonchalant, bro. They'd definitely tell me to fuck off. Definitely.
Doesn't mention the money once. You see her again and again. 3 weeks in, it starts to feel like something real. Then you notice
it's not. She's a gold digger.
Things. She mentions your island in a conversation you never had with her. She knows your pilot's first name. She knows which...
She's a spy, gang. She's a government spy. Security! Get her! That's exactly what I've been doing.
Car you prefer for the city. Small things. Things that mean she looked you up before you ever met. Which, of course, she did. Everyone does. But now there's a question sitting behind every moment with her. Does she like you, or does she like this?
Lifestyle.
The compound, the jet, the access to a life she'd never touch otherwise. And once that question gets in your head, it stays. You watch her differently. So you stop calling. Then she texts you twice. And then she stops. But the story doesn't end there. 2 weeks later, a tabloid runs a piece. Inside the Trillionaire's secret romance.
There it is. Always. I see a lot of this shit happening in romance animes. Yeah, I know my shit, alright. They act like the best pal, and then they blackmail them.
Photos of you at the restaurant. Photos of her leaving your compound. A quote from a source close to the couple. You didn't sell it. She didn't sell it. Someone at the restaurant did. A waiter or a valet. Someone who saw you together and picked up the phone. Now her name is everywhere. Her face, her job, her apartment building. Strangers are sending her messages. Some are threatening. She had a life before you. A private, normal, anonymous life. And you erased it just by sitting across from her at dinner. Your PR team...
You gotta be careful.
Your lawyers send a cease and desist to the tabloid. None of it puts her name back in the box. You send her a message, an apology. She reads it. She doesn't respond. But the leaks keep coming.
That is fair play, though. Kind of.
And the next one is...
She knew what she was getting herself into. He didn't, but yeah, it's kind of both. It's both ways.
Somebody from your past sells a story to a magazine.
Money up. As soon as the money's up, everyone's just out to get you, bro. That's why I'm going to become rich and I'm going to go ghost.
Party in 2011.
If you don't hear from me, that's how you know I've gotten rich and I'm going ghost.
That, stripped of context and printed in a headline, makes you...
China man jokes and racist. Yo, can I just put this out there, right? I have made racist jokes. If I ever become famous, I have made racist jokes in the past. I've stopped making them unless it's something light. Like I'm talking a light joke that's clearly a joke. But I've made racist jokes. I've made many jokes. Not proud of them, but I did make them. There's no denying that. But again, I don't do it anymore.
Look like a different person. It's everywhere within 48 hours. People who have never met you now have an opinion about who you are based on something you said in a dorm room 15 years ago.
That happens a lot, though. That happens a lot. I've seen, especially with like YouTubers and streamers and shit, like that happens a lot.
Your crisis PR team goes into action. They tell you the same thing they always tell you. Don't respond. Responding makes it worse every time. So you sit in your office behind your 7 screens and watch someone sell your...
See if that was him. See if that was... Alright, well. See if that was me. I would generally just buy a private island, build a house in it, and live out there. Buy everything that I need, import it, and that's it.
Old life for what your team estimates was about $250,000. $250,000. Estimates was about 250.
Whoa, what?
Responding makes it worse.
What did he say?
Every time. So you sit in your office behind your 7 screens and watch someone sell your old life for what your team estimates was about $250,000. $250,000.
Sell your old life.
That's what your past is worth to someone who used to be your friend. You can't call them, you can't confront them, you can't even confirm you know who did it, because that becomes a story too. You just sit there. Your mother calls on a Sunday morning. She sounds the same as she always does. Asks if you're eating enough, tells you about a bird that keeps getting into her garden. For 10 minutes, your shoulders drop and your jaw unclenches and you almost forget what your life has become. Then she mentions your brother. He didn't ask her to call. He never would. But he's behind on the mortgage and his car needs work, and you have more money than
Fuck no.
some countries, and he's family. You had no idea he was struggling. You sent him a few $1 million that afternoon. He doesn't...
See if he fucking uses his shit and just literally puts it all over the media. I would honestly lose it.
Thank you. 3 months later, at a holiday dinner you flew the whole family to on your 747, he sits at the far end of the table. He talks...
See, this guy acts like a Billy Big Boss. I'm taking all that money back.
To your cousins, your aunt, anyone but you. When you try to catch his eye, he stares at his plate. He leaves before dessert.
Is he jealous or some shit?
Goodbye. A week after the dinner, your mom calls again. Different tone this time. Quiet. She tells you your brother said something to your cousin. That you ruined the family. That everything changed when the money came.
Yes, it did change. You want to know why? Because that's what fucking money does. That's so stupid. I've countless people have said that, right? Yo, the money changes. The money changes situation. Money changes situations. Yes, it fucking does. May not change the person in total, right? But it changes the situations because you have money. You have the availability to do more things now. You're going to change. You have the availability. It depends whether you change for the good or the bad. You have more availability now. And there's the lag that we just know and love. And, well, love is a strong word. Fuck me, man.
Your mother isn't telling you this to take sides. She's telling you because she doesn't know what to do. She has a security detail she didn't ask for, a son who won't talk to his brother, and a family that used to fit around a kitchen table and now needs a catering staff and a 747 to be in the same room. You tell her you'll talk to him. You don't. What would you say? You can't unsend the money. You can't undo the jet. You can't walk into his house without 2 armed men waiting in the driveway. The gap between your lives isn't something you can close with a conversation. So you stop trying. But the compound keeps running. The 63 workers keep the machine humming. You start to take comfort in the routine of the staff. Then your head of security calls another meeting. Someone on your household staff has been feeding information to a tabloid. Nothing.
In my personal opinion, I feel like if I were to get rich, and let's say if I do, I would not like to be a billionaire, I'd like to be a millionaire. And I'm talking, if I was a billionaire, I'm talking about 1 billion. I'm not talking about anything ridiculous. I'm talking about maybe a couple billion. Not to the point where I have to walk around with constant security. Not to the point where I have to walk around and there's a chance of me getting fucking shot in the back of the head. Just enough that I could live comfortably. And I know a billion's a bit over thingy for comfortably, but I think that'd be quite nice.
Dangerous,
obviously.
But consistent and paid. Your team found the leak through metadata on a photo that ran in a gossip column. The angle matched a specific window in the East Wing. Only 3 staff members have access to that hallway. They narrowed it down in 2 days. It's Linda, the housekeeper. She's escorted off the property on a Wednesday morning. Your security team handles it. You watch from the 2nd floor window. She's carrying a cardboard box. She doesn't look up. A man in a suit walks her to the gate. Another man opens it. She gets into a car that's been called for her, and the gate closes. You stand at the window for a while after she's gone. The East Wing hallway is empty. Your team hires her replacement by Friday. But there's always something next. Tuesday afternoon, you take the yacht out. The ocean is so blue it looks fake. Sunset turns everything gold. Dinner is pan-seared Dover sole prepared by a chef who trained for a decade in Michelin-starred kitchens. The table is set for 1. You get back to the compound and go to bed early. The master suite is much bigger than your old apartment. You lie there. The ceiling is very white. Somewhere around 3 a.m., you're awake. You get up. The compound is dead silent. The theater room empty. 60 seats. The screen is dark. The library empty. You walk the main hall.
You have as much money in the world, but you can never buy the emotion. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. So you can never buy like emotions or happiness, or you cannot. There's some things money cannot buy.
Is a faint
and there's also a lot of things that money can ruin.
Mechanical hum. The security camera at the end of the corridor, adjusting, tracking your movement. You stop, it stops. You take a step, it follows. You go outside. The grass is wet. It's cold under your feet. You walk to the middle of the lawn. The sky is the same sky you used to look at when you were broke. Same stars, same depth, same silence. You used to lie on the roof deck of your old apartment building and stare at it for hours. The rent was late, and you didn't care. The stars haven't moved. Everything underneath them has.
There's nothing for me to narrate here or talk about.
Until the cold gets into your bones, and then you go inside. You go back to bed. After a week in Italy, you arrive back home.
That's exactly what I'd be doing. I'd be going to every fucking country. I honestly, I would not be leaving that plane.
Your assistant meets you on the tarmac.
I'd just be a week in every
how
country.
The trip was. Great, you tell her. Now, back to the compound, through the gate, past the guardhouse, past the pool you've used 3 times, past the tennis court you've never touched.
Oh, I've been doing the tennis court all day, bro.
Wine cellar with bottles that cost more than most people's monthly rent. Into your office, where 7 screens display your portfolio, your companies, your calendar, and a news ticker that mentions your name twice in the first 30 seconds. You sit down. Outside, security does a shift change. New faces replace the old ones. The groundskeeper rides the mower across the lawn. Over 60 people work here. You are the only one who lives here.
That was a good video, chat. Chat was a good video. Anyways, chat. W video.